Cardio or weightlifting?
Weightlifting.
Morning workout or evening workout?
Morning workout.
High intensity or steady state cardio? I can't even say that.
Subtitles, please.
High intensity interval training or steady state cardio?
Steady state cardio.
Squats or deadlift?
Squats.
I don't know which one I prefer of those two. I do love them both a lot. I like being able to do them both. I find squats easier, but I find deadlifts more of a... what a stupid thing to say. I find squats easier and deadlifts more of a challenge. Obviously, we say the dumbest things. Do you know what else we say a lot?
What?
We both got things that we say all the time, and I know what mine is, and I focus on not saying it, and I know what yours is as well.
I know what mine is as well.
You've got two.
I've got about 5. If you've only got 2, I'm winning.
My one is I will always start a sentence with, do you know what? And it's the most annoying thing. Listen back to all the other episodes and try and count how many times I go, do you know what? Rather than just starting the sentence.
Yeah.
Like,
I go with, okay.
So you've got okay, you've got come on. That's one of your favorites. When you say something you really mean, you go, come on.
Oh, I feel seen.
Yeah. And it's not, you don't say okay, you go okay.
Oh, wow.
These are things we do all the time.
Mannerisms, man.
Do you know what? Of course.
Oh.
I'm not saying anything you wouldn't know what to.
I'm now just, everything, my brain is going, right.
Yeah.
In this episode, I'm not going to say okay.
So that used to be mine, right, used to be my one. I would do it all the time in stand-ups. You watch anything back that I've done, like live stand-up, I'm talking, and every 5th word I'm going, right.
Oh, wow.
It's like a tick. So I focus on not saying it.
See, so when I'm teaching a group fitness class,
Yeah.
I'll go yes or no.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, we can do this, yes or no. And you hear it back and you go, oh,
Yeah.
that's a glitch. But everyone's got them.
Everyone's got them, and I'm like, see, even then I went to go, do you know what? It's such a natural thing to start a sentence with, and I've now become hyper aware of saying it.
Yeah.
So even now, one of the things I do speech-wise, and I'm so paranoid about this, that's why I say paranoid, is my mumbling and my diction.
Yeah.
So I do this thing where I get really excited about stuff, and it's the part where you talk without thinking.
Yes.
And you go 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And people will, even that, I struggle to get that out.
Yeah.
That's why we do so many takes. That's why unscripted is easier, because I will trip over the word out of pure excitement.
Yeah.
So I make sure that my diction is perfect, like I'm Draco Malfoy saying Potter. Potter. Potter.
I'm the same. When I get excited, I get faster and faster. Anyone who knows me is used to it. So they can hear it and they can adjust to it.
Yeah.
It's when new people, and they're like, oh.
Was it? What? What?
Huh? Whereas I'm like, okay, so today I did, and everyone's like, yeah, we got it. But for me, it's just, that I was trying to get it all out. I'm trying to get it out.
Yeah.
And my inflection, my tone changes, but I get excited, my volume goes up.
Yeah. So I did this with, when I started comedy, I used to do it. And so what happens is you go with stand-up, and it might be the same if you're teaching or any real type of public speaking. Yeah. So even this, what we're trying to do is get to the end of the sentence.
Yeah.
Rather than enjoying the journey. So when I would do stand-up, I'd go, I've got a 5-minute set, and you just want to get maybe through nerves, but you just want to get through that 5-minute set. And one of the lessons that I got taught was I was doing the gong show at the Comedy Store. Have you ever been to a gong show?
No.
I've got to take you to this. it is the most brutal night in comedy you'll ever see.
Oh, please tell me, I want to see this.
So it's at the Comedy Store. It's the last Monday of every month, and it's maybe 40 comedians, all new. 40 comedians trying to last 5 minutes on stage in front of a room full of people that have been told they are allowed to heckle. If you don't like something, you're allowed to say so. And they give out a red card to 3 people. If all 3 cards go up, you get gonged off. Doesn't matter how long you've been on. I've seen people last 4 minutes and 50 seconds and the 3rd card's gone up and they've got gonged off. Oh, no. So because of that situation, you're trying to get through your 5 as quick as you can, even though the 5 minutes is 5 minutes, but mentally you just want to get to the end of your set.
Yeah.
And when I did my gong show, I was on last and I walked out and the guy that had the red card was sat center stage. And I walked out, didn't say a word, just looked at him like I was going to kill him. Like, I'm glaring at this dude. And now everyone else in the room is laughing at him.
Yeah.
Focus is off me. They're laughing at him getting nervous.
Yeah.
And I just kept staring at him. And then he just went, fuck this. And he stood up and he gave me the card. I was like, right. I threw it off the stage because now I can't get gonged off.
No.
And once that was gone, it was like this mental lift.
Yeah.
That I realized that I could take my time.
Yeah.
So even when it comes to doing this, I'm constantly focused on my speech and how I do things. So I take more time now with everything that I say.
I'm so sorry I fell asleep because you're talking so slow.
You're so boring.
I was like, just get to the point.
Just say it already.
Oh, my Lord. Right, look at job exchange. All right. Totally off the cuff. I'm just...
all right. Did it again. Okay. Do you know what, Rich?
Don't do it. Don't do it. I can imagine you put like a school thing up in the corner.
Yeah.
Don't you dare. I'll cut you. Isn't it funny how when you get to a certain point in your career or in your life, your confidence is way too high for some things that doesn't have any relevance to it.
Yeah, I think it's because you stopped caring.
Right. So you're talking to me right now about this gong show, and in my head I was thinking, I'd make them laugh. I could do my hands for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I could do it. When there's nothing in my track record that says I could hold that or hold a room's attention with witty comics for 5 minutes. But in my head I was like,
I can do that.
I can do that.
Yeah.
Whereas I bet you look at what I do and go, all day long.
Yeah, I could teach that class.
There you go.
And it is everything. You're so right. When it comes to, I don't know what it is about getting older and your confidence goes up for no reason on things. I was snowboarding. I went snowboarding. I wasn't snowboarding. And I thought that it was a comedy festival that we do every year. And the first 2 years, I didn't even attempt it. I was like, this is not for me. And then the last year, I thought, do you know what? Do you know what? I'll give it a go. And I did a snowboarding lesson. And for this hour lesson, I didn't fall once. I didn't fall off the snowboard. I didn't fall over.
So you thought you were Olympian.
In my head, I was like, I am amazing at this. I might compete. And I'm there Googling, when's the next Winter Olympics?
There you go.
This was going to be my cool running story.
Oh.
I thought, I'm going to be an Olympian. And then I tried to go down one of the easiest runs they had. And I built up too much speed and I tried to stop in the wrong way. And I smashed my coccyx to bits. And it was really humbling.
I wish there was footage.
Yeah. It was very slow footage. I weren't going that fast at all. Just in
your head, you're like,
yeah. But you get older, your confidence goes up, and I think it's because you do stop caring what other people think so much.
Yeah, I definitely would agree with that, and it's liberating.
Yeah,
because growing up, I had friends, parents, I had family members who would just say whatever they felt like. And I was thinking, you can't say that.
Crazy old people.
Crazy old people.
And they've just stopped giving a fuck.
And that's exactly where you go.
Yeah.
And now I get it. I've had some experience with people just been cutting, but they say it out of love. And you go, wow. This, and you still go, is that what we've got coming for us?
Yeah.
I'm ready for it.
How's your training going? We haven't caught up on that for a little while. Where are you now?
So what, dude? I'll be honest. I'm feeling wicked.
You feeling much better?
I'm feeling so much better. The summer weight feels like it's gone. My summer excesses. I had fun, made memories, not an issue. But my training's gone next level. I'm lifting heavier, faster, I've got back into running again.
Yeah.
Everything just feels all right now. Now, I know it's not going to last forever.
Yeah.
So while I'm in this bubble, let me enjoy being in this bubble. But right now, it feels all right.
I'm now just under 7 kilos down.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we're in the 123 bracket now.
Oh, dude.
So it's coming off this. And it's back to that philosophy of one more day. I'm going to eat better.
Yeah.
Just for one more day.
There you go.
I want to train hard for one more day.
Yeah.
And it's slow. It feels more manageable now.
Yeah.
And I now start looking at my diary, dreading things. Because I've got, we're going out for food on this night. So I know on that day, because I don't think you should deprive yourself. I think that will send you into a horrible spiral. And what is the point of life if you're not going to enjoy it?
Thank you.
So I'm just more mindful, right, on that day, I will train a little bit more to try and compensate for that, because I know that one, but I want to have good food, and it doesn't have to be bad food. So we'll see where we're going. But for that day as well, I know it's in the diary. So I'm like, right, let's step it up leading up to that.
Yeah.
And then step it up again after it for a few more days.
Yeah. See, that's what we're looking at.
Yeah.
And it works for you. It might not work for someone else, but it works for you.
Yeah.
I'm the same as you. If I know I'm going to go somewhere where the food is going to be really nice and large portions, I'll just ever so slightly curb what I'm doing earlier on that day.
Yeah.
I'm not sitting there counting calories, but what I'm doing is I know I'm going to do a big blowout tonight. So I'm just going to just have a slightly smaller breakfast, a slightly smaller lunch, and so on and so forth. It's just a psychological decision-making process, because I will refuse to be an old person going, I went without.
Yeah.
No, that's not what life's about.
I'll tell you what's going to be difficult. In a couple of weeks, I'm doing another cruise, but it's not the sporty, healthy cruise. It's the old people cattle trough buffet cruises. Lucky enough, they've got a really good gym that I'm looking forward to going to, and the meals in the restaurant are actually, so you can have like steak and vegetables,
okay,
and they'll pre-cook it for you. But they have got my culinary nemesis, is what I'm calling it. No, it's worse. It's called the Midnight Buffet.
Oh.
Where they just have a selection of everything from earlier on. So none of it matches as well. You'll have like a curry with lamb shawarma, with chips, with hot dogs, with the chicken. Like nothing matches. It's not a set meal. And and it's open till 1 a.m, which is the worst time to eat. So I know that I'm not gonna be drinking on this one. And also the alcohol, we get a massive discount, so it feels really cheap to drink. Everything is put in your way, which will just hinder your progress.
It's just legalized leftovers.
Half price alcohol and free food.
Dude, I think we should do a live. When you're on the boat, we should do a live.
It'll be me with a box of chicken wings just crying down the camera going, don't look at me. Don't look at me.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've all been there.
It's going to be a real challenge. And plus, because I'm doing stand-up on there, after a show, if the show goes well, you're on a high.
Yeah.
Try and keep that high going.
What, partying with a bunch of 60-year-olds, 70-year-olds?
Do you know what? That is my phrase. It can be anything. Like, I fully understand why a lot of artists, entertainers, even sports people, why they develop dependencies. Because after a triumph, like, think after a class, that runner's high.
Absolutely.
And you try and keep it going.
Yeah.
So it's so easy to have a good show. And someone says, do you want a drink? You go, yes.
Yeah.
I'll have a drink. And then before you know it, you're 2 bottles of wine in and you're peckish. And then you're in the midnight buffet again.
With Glenda.
Oh, with Glenda the Good Witch trying to give you some more food. So it's trying that's where discipline is going to really take its toll. And it's going to be one at a time.
So it's willpower and discipline.
Yes.
The two things you need to have to get results now and always. I mean, I'm talking consistency, but discipline to know what you have to do and to do it, regardless of how you feel.
It's what I want to do on that cruise is have one night where I will go on and just indulge. Yeah. So I'm going to try and work for it, but it can't be the first night because I'll start and I'll continue how I've started.
Yeah. Once you break that seal stays open.
It's got to be the last night, but it's gonna be tough. I'm not looking forward to it for that reason.
See, how scary is that? That's because you're getting results. It's because you're down into the 123s and you can see the progress. You know that.
Yeah, I don't want to come back and be 125, 126. Exactly. Be like, what?
I'm sure it'll be okay to go to 124, maybe even 124 and a half.
I'd like to
slope, isn't it?
I'd like to come back minimum weighing what I weighed when I left.
There you go. If that's success, isn't it? A lot of people understand that sometimes staying still is success. I've got clients and people I've trained over the years who will go through busy periods. Yeah. And in their eyes, they failed. Whereas I'm like, that plateau was a win. Because previously you'd have gone up. You go to weddings, they got birthday parties, they got Christmas, they got and people tend to overindulge and they come back, if you're staying the same, you're doing well. Yeah. Previously you gained. So take that as a win and keep it going.
You know what I hate about maintenance?
What's that?
What I think should happen, if you've got, say you go, right, I want to lose 25 kilos. And you work and you work and you work and you get to that goal of hitting 25 kilos. Then all of a sudden you realize, I've got to maintain this. What I'd love to happen is you get to that goal and your body goes, well done, we're going to stay here for 3 years. Yeah. But you don't. And you go, that's when the hard work starts.
That is if you could press a button and go, reset.
Yes.
Body now recalibrating.
And it just stays there. Yeah. But it never does. And now you've got to keep that maintenance part is real hard.
Oh, it's maintenance. I've been in maintenance, it feels like my whole life, if that makes sense. Yeah. I don't feel like I've changed too much. I've not grown bigger.
You haven't changed at all. You haven't even aged. I hate you.
It's because I drink the blood. But no, I mean, but maintenance isn't sexy. Maintenance isn't fun. Maintenance isn't drama. And a lot of people nowadays need drama. They need that dopamine fix. They always need to feel like, hey, I've succeeded. I'm going to celebrate by binging on that to celebrate. Oh, I've gone back that way and then come back again. Yeah. It's that whole yo-yo.
My weight yo-yo's like a yo-yo.
Like a yo-yo. Imagine that.
All right. What an analogy. And there's so many reasons, but like there was when my thyroid went, because of one of the medications I take for my heart, my thyroid went into hyperactivity, so I lost a load of weight, and then I was told, right now you can't train because I felt so weak. So then I had to eat more to get the weight up, and then you sort of keep going. Then it's like trying to bring that back down. It's trying to find that balance. Is the thing that I've definitely struggled with over the last sort of 5 years. And so now that's why this time I think feels different, because it's much more of a lifestyle choice rather than just going, I'm gonna train for 6 weeks and drop 10 kilos.
The accountability thing, it's so true, but you've got to allow certain people to be able to tell you the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
It takes a lot of trust. You've got to find the person that, you know, whatever they're saying isn't out of any sort of malicious intent.
There you go.
And it's people that have got your best interest at heart.
Yeah.
Because hearing that isn't easy.
No.
And again, it's the right person. A good friend will know the right way to say it. A good trainer will know the right way to say it to you.
Yeah. And the right partner. If you're lucky enough to have a partner that who can be that honest with you, you've got to be able to say, if I put on, or no, it's not even a weight thing. If I got myself into a situation where my health was being compromised, my shape had changed, I just wasn't the same person, I wasn't as happy, I'd want my partner or my friends to say, Rich, here's where you were, here's where you are. Are you okay?
Are you all right?
That's all I need. That's the trigger I need for me to go, actually, thank you for asking. And then I can address it. I don't need to go and say, Rich, man, you've got tonky much.
Do you know what? I've done it again. Do you know what? You've not done any of yours. I've said, do you know what, about 9 times in this one.
Okay.
But do you know what? That's a really important question. Are you okay?
Yeah.
It really is, because you don't have to be, and I think that's the question that and I've seen people like in my gym, and it's not even just like a weight thing or a muscle thing. Like there's someone I know that his hair's always on point. And I saw him, I can't remember, it was not even that long ago, but it sort of started to grow out a lot more. He sort of always got a fade, always lined up. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was just growing out. It got a bit picky.
Okay.
But he looked a bit worn.
Oh, yeah.
Not so much physically like big or anything. He just looked a bit battle worn.
Yeah.
And it was that one question of going, dude, are you okay? Because it's going to be the emotional thing that triggers the physical.
Yeah.
And having that out, and that's the trigger question for me that will make me burst into tears.
Well, are you okay?
Are you okay? And because I won't say yes if I'm not. I'm a big believer in that. I think feel your feelings.
Yeah.
So I say to the kids, if I ask you, are you okay? If you're not okay, just say I'm not okay, but I don't really want to talk about it, and I'll give you space. Because when I'm saying, are you okay? What I'm really saying is, I know you're not.
Yeah.
And I'm here if you need to speak to me. That's really what that is. So when someone says to me, are you okay? When I'm not okay, I try with everything to be like, I'm not okay today. And try and say it in a way that doesn't make me burst into tears, but the floodgates are open. If I'm not okay and someone catches me on that and asks me, are you okay? I'm like,
no, I'm with you. It's a powerful thing. I mean, there's a few people in my life that I'm so blessed to have them in my life who will go and literally use my full name, Richard, are you okay? And that hits so deep. Then people going, "You're all right,
yeah,
you're okay." I feel like I'm always asking people, "Are you okay?"
Yeah.
And I remember seeing something on Instagram, unfortunately, not long ago, and it said, "If you're someone who's always asking if someone's okay, it's a trauma response to you having not been okay and no one asking you."
Yeah.
And so I find myself going, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" You're okay to people all the time.
Yeah.
Because there's times when I wasn't okay
and no one asked
me.
Yeah.
And so I don't want to leave anyone behind to feel alone or to have to deal with their things without knowing there's some spot. Even if you say, I'm all right, and I know you're not, that's a response in itself. So every response from that is a response. And look, with the little ones.
It's a funny thing how a lot of the things that we do are a response to things that have happened to us.
Yes.
And we don't realize it.
No.
Like, because you think that it's asking someone's like, okay, because there's times where you weren't okay and nobody asked you. There's things like, I cannot stand seeing anyone being bullied because I know what that feels like.
Yeah.
It's even how that relates to my comedy. Like, people go, do you pick on the audience? No, not really. It's not. No, I mean, if someone's a complete dick,
Yeah.
and they start heckling, but even then, it's within the context of the show.
Yeah.
But it's little things like that. You go, this is the reason I don't like to see that.
Yeah.
And it is normally because of something that you've seen or something that's happened to you that was in many ways traumatic.
Yeah. Oh, almost everything we do is a result of like that response.
Yeah.
The environment or an experience. Like, I'm a very tactile person. Okay. I'm a very huggy, touchy person. Okay. Because we grew up, it wasn't naturally a huggy, touchy-feely family at first.
Yeah.
And so, but when I got to a certain age and I was having relationships and other people's families were huggy, touchy, cuddly, I was like, this feels nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like this. I like how I feel. And I became a huggy, touchy, tactile person because it was another way of expressing myself. So I trust people that will let me in.
Yeah.
And I have a slight distrust of people who don't let me in. If that makes sense, because it's a connection, it's communication.
I hug my kids and tell my kids I love them so much.
Yeah.
Purely because I never got that.
Yeah.
It just, and you don't think about it until you see other people do it and you go, oh, I'd like that.
Yeah.
I was missing that.
Yeah.
And see, when you see people in the gym, it's one of those videos that you see a lot of, where you'll see like a dude when he was younger, skinny and scrawny, and then it'll say, bro, who hurt you?
Yeah.
And he's massive.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that could be like the amount of people I know in my gym that were big kids.
Yeah.
And were probably bullied for it.
Yeah.
And now there's one dude that goes to my gym, shredded now. But when we first spoke and this sort of came up, that was kind of the mutual connection, that we know what that felt like as a kid. And you go, I'm training for the big kid I used to be to show him what he could get to. But you still got that mentality in your head.
It's scary, isn't it?
Yeah. Morning workout, evening workout. You went what? Morning.
I went morning.
Yeah, I think morning's the best one. Gets it out of the way, and plus, I think if that's the hardest thing I'm going to do, the rest of the day should get easier.
Yeah.
My morning workouts are for my programs. My evening workouts are for my stress.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
My evening workout is I've had a bad day.
Yeah.
I need to go lift something.
Yeah.
Have you ever done that in the evening where it's just like I need to go and do something?
Oh yeah.
I'm stressed. I'm worked up about something. I need to relieve that tension.
Yeah. And I'll make no bones about it. Quite often those workouts are the ones where I lift the heaviest and the hardest. I literally go into the gym jungle and I'm the one, like, I'll go and warm up with a few light weights and I'll go get the biggest dumbbells I can find.
Yeah.
I'm in the jungle, weight spents around there and I'm like, rah!
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. It's such a primal thing, because it's almost like you're beating your chest and going, I'm getting this out of here.
Yeah.
But I almost want to dominate my space. It doesn't happen often, but sometimes if I'm agitated or, like you said, I need that sort of release. But I'd much rather that release than people within the alternative, which would be, I'm so stressed, I'm so angry, I'm going to go and buy a whole bag of Greg's pastries. Or so that's me.
Because that's what I know I can do. I will comfort eat, but I know I'll feel crap if I start comfort eating.
That's it. Whereas you do this, you come out of it going,
I find I've done something, especially if it's something physical.
Yeah.
I can now talk about whatever's bothering me. But before I've done that, you're gonna have to leave me alone, because I'm too worked up to, and it will be a stressful day or a bad day. But sometimes it is out of boredom.
Yeah.
But it'll be like, so there's been times when the kids are away, and do you know when your family goes away, and the first night you're like, oh, this is amazing. No one pokes me in the eye for no reason. I can watch what I want on TV. And the next day you're like, the house is quiet. I'm so alone. Everyone come back right now.
Yeah.
And it's because I've got nothing to do, I'm going to eat.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't want to do that. So let me take myself out of this situation and go to the gym. And by the time I get back, it'll be too late to eat and I'll feel better. But it's always the evening's always to get away from something.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'll totally agree. Totally agree. Even when if I'm teaching away at events,
Yeah.
that's tough as well. Because teaching classes, and bear in mind, these fitness events operate around the UK, around the world. Actually, you go to some international events, but I'll be away for 2 or 3 nights sometimes. And you go, yeah, same as you just said. I'm away in my own space. I don't have people around. I miss the family, but I get my own space. And quite often there's parties. And what I found is, as I've got older, I don't want to go to the parties as much. I almost want to just do my work, see the people I care about, chat to my friends, and then I hibernate. I'll go in like a squirrel, get my munchies, my snacks, whatever I'm doing, go back to my room, and I shut the door and I escape. And do you know what that is? It's me counterbalancing that little nerdy kid with the fitness guys. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I've peopled out. I can't go to the gym or work out.
Social battery is 0.
So social battery is flashing. And so I'll go, actually, I need to recharge. I'm not going to build up momentum by being in the gym and getting a funk and some dopamine and getting high and being around people I know. I'm alone. So therefore I'll go, actually, I'm going to stay in here and just cocoon for the evening.
Yeah.
Now, some people get it. Some people are like, Richard, why don't you come to the parties as much? I'm like, I'll come and show my face. But also, with a lot of people out there getting drunk and being silly with other things, I'll go, actually, I'd rather not be around that because I don't drink or smoke or do anything like that. So I'd much rather take myself away. So it's knowing yourself. You know yourself and you know your triggers. You know what you need to do to be your best self. Sometimes stepping away or go to the gym.
Taking yourself out of equations is a very important thing to do at times. Because sometimes it's easier to just look at things from a bit further out.
Yeah.
You don't get all cooped up into something. And then it's the anxiety, as it's called, the next day of waking up and going, what was that for?
Yes.
I didn't actually enjoy that.
No.
So it is much easier sometimes just to go, I'm going to move away, go. And that's why the gym's very therapeutic.
Yeah.
Because you've really got to focus on one thing. Lift it up, put it down. It's perfect.
There you go.
So evening workouts, they're an escape.
Yeah. What I enjoy is the difference in the people who train in the day and the people who train at night. Because if you've been in the gym for a whole day, the type of people who you see at 6 a.m. or 5 a.m., very different people who then come at 9 a.m.
Also the day people as well.
Day walkers, man.
Yeah, the day. I've trained in my gym at every possible time.
Yeah.
And the morning people they're quite straight down the road because most of them have to get to work. So they've got a very strict.
Yeah, they've got a window. They've got a window.
Yeah, that's the small window. The day people I see milling about, and they're always so. Especially in the holidays, you get the kids coming in, and they crack me up because they never know what they're doing, and there's always 8 of them on one machine.
Yes.
And then you always have the people that are real hyper focused throughout the day. Evening people is much more of a social club.
Yes.
So I like to go just after that, which is the hour before it closes because everyone's gone.
Oh.
And there's other things like when it's raining, I will go to the gym because I know very few people have gone.
Yes.
Or if it's cold.
Yeah.
So coming into this last quarter of the year where the temperature's dropping, that's when I like to go in the morning because it's I know it's dark and it's harder to get up.
Yeah.
But when you're in there, you've got the whole space.
Oh, yeah. Adventure holiday or relaxing holiday?
Relaxing holiday. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, adventure holidays, yes, but if I'm to choose, relaxing holiday, just because I do so much stuff.
Yeah.
That it's just nice to sit down and do nothing sometimes.
Okay. Okay, I like this one. Parachute jump or bungee?
No, none of them. Why would I do either one of them?
You got to choose.
No, I don't have to choose. I'm staying on the ground.
I'm pushing it out one of them.
No, but oh my God, both of those things. Right, parachute.
Yeah.
Wait for it to land. Bungee jump. Get off that bridge. Those two things. I've never understood the need for it. It's playing with your life. I cannot do it. I really, even watching it, I just don't. There's so much that can go wrong.
Yes.
There's just, and at that sort of height, there's nothing you're doing about it.
No.
Do you know why I don't like flying?
You don't like flying?
Flying freaks me out, but I accept that I have to do it. And when I get on the plane, when I get on the plane, I never listen to the safety briefing because they're telling me, here are the exits, here's how you sit if there's a crash. Because in my mind, I'm like, if we fall out the sky at 30,000 feet, there's nothing I'm doing about that. How I'm sitting, you've given me half a seatbelt. I've got more seatbelt in my car than I've got on a plane, and you're going much faster. Plus, we're in the sky. We're not meant to be here.
It's just nature's way of balancing the book.
Yeah. If I think about all the things that could go wrong on a plane, I'd never get on one. Do you know how many times birds fly into the engines of a plane?
Oh, constantly.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I just ignore it. I get on the plane. I'll leave it close. I'll do something. I accept that it's going to happen. And as I land is when I'm sort of a lot more relieved. That's why now I try and sleep on a plane. But I'm not bungee jumping off nothing. I'm not going to do no skydive. No.
Not even for
My extreme sport is camping.